This Mirabilis has a choice. She can choose to attack Grima herself, dealing 28 damage. Alternatively, she could choose to dance Brunya instead, giving her ally a chance to attack. You likely know which option you would prefer. If it's left up to Phase AI, which option does it take? There's the answer. It attacks. Now let's repeat the process with Peony in the same situation. Peony, instead of attacking, decides to dance Brunya instead. What is the difference between these two clips? Mirabilis deals more than 5 damage. Peony does not. This is the basis of the 5 damage rule in Fire Emblem Heroes. Let's begin with what the rule actually says. If given a choice between dancing or attacking, a dancer will attack if they see a fight where they can kill, or one where they can deal more than 5 damage to an enemy unit. If they don't see either of those, they'll choose to dance instead. And now that you understand the 5 damage rule, let's examine all the cases where it lies to you. The first, most common case involves enemy counterattacks. Here, Peony's AI decides to attack Kronia, dying immediately to Vantage before dealing any damage. This is because the 5 damage rule does not see counterattack at all. Go back to the battle preview, and you see that Peony would have dealt 11 damage if not for Kronia's counterattack. This is the number that the rule cares about, not the actual result of the combat. Let's also demonstrate this against Fjorm. Here, Peony sees 4 by 2 is 8 damage before combat, and therefore she chooses to attack. However, when combat actually starts, Peony only survives to deal 4 damage, which is less than 5. Again, the rule always acts as if the foe cannot counterattack at all. Here is another scenario where the 5 damage rule is in error. Ishtar can attack here for 2 damage 4 times, a total of 8, which is greater than 5. The AI, however, chooses to dance rather than attack. The reason is that the 5 damage rule does not see the extra attacks granted by brave weapons. From the rule's point of view, Ishtar is attacking for 2 damage only twice, or 4 damage. Let's remove Phase Weapon and try that again. Ishtar is able to charge and trigger Luna this time, bringing her damage in the combat up to a total of 27. What does the AI choose to do now? The answer is that it still dances. In addition to ignoring the second attack from brave weapons, the 5 damage check in fact cannot see the effects of any special, whether offensive like Luna, or defensive like Aegis or Miracle. What about save skills? With no save unit in range, it is very clear that Azura kills this level 1 Zephiel, dealing more than 5 damage in the process. She cannot, however, damage this near save Dedue if we place him in range. Does the 5 damage rule see the save skill here, or does it ignore it and check for 5 damage against Zephiel anyway? The answer is that Azura does the sensible thing and chooses to dance. Good news, the 5 damage rule does see the effect of save skills. And let's also test damage reduction. This Renea sees 9 damage in the preview against this Ike, and as a result, chooses to attack. In reality though, she only deals 4 damage. Conclusion, the 5 damage rule cannot see any damage reduction effects. And while we're here, let's also note something else. The 5 damage rule only determines if a dancer attacks or not who they attack.
With pleasure.
This is the same situation as before, and Renea chooses to attack after seeing 9 damage against Ike. However, the target she actually attacks is Seiros, who she deals 0 damage to, since the AI sees this as preferable to dying against Ike. If you ever see a dancer attacking for 0 damage instead of dancing and you don't understand why, you should check if there was anyone else in range for them to attack who they might have dealt more damage to. Finally, let's address this situation. If your dancer is attacking before any of their allies, this isn't a 5 damage problem. The 5 damage rule only kicks in when there's a valid target to dance already. This is instead an attack priority problem. If you want to learn more about attack priority, I'd suggest Mia's AI guide, which I use frequently and which I've linked in the video description. So, knowing what we know, how should we build dancers? If you don't want them to attack foolishly, you can reduce their attack stat, position them where they're less likely to be able to reach the enemy, or, if you're getting desperate, remove their weapon altogether. On the other hand, if you want your dancer to be able to hit hard still, I would suggest equipping a brave weapon and a high damage special, as these contribute to how well you can kill without affecting the 5 damage calculation at all. Thank you for watching. Please comment if you have any further questions, and your likes and I dare suggest your subscriptions are greatly appreciated. I'm Penros776 and I will see you next time.